What's the vision for the injured reserve guys that are coming back? I guess we can start with Marshawn.
Yeah, I think it's just to integrate them back into practice and just see where they're at and take it one day at a time.
With so much time passes, is there any expectations or hope that any of those guys can really contribute, or is it just a matter of just getting out there and kind of?
Yeah, I think we're going to be pretty open-minded with it, and it's going to be a very fluid situation. I think the more time somebody's missed, the harder it is to get back, but it is a boost to get those guys back out there. I know it definitely lifts their spirits as well.
What are the different things in Jaden Reed's game, whenever he does get back, that you can tap into as a play caller?
Well, I think, number one, he's got a ton of experience, and you guys see how we've used him in the past in regards to moving him all over the place. There's a lot of things that he brings to our team, just in regards to he's a yak machine. He really does a really good job, whether it's handing him the ball, flipping him a screen, getting him downfield in a pass concept. He does a really good job after the catch. But I think it's all the little things that he does when he's not playing with the football in regards to just the dog mentality he brings to our offense. I mean, he's always doing a lot of the dirty work, digging out safeties, just competing to the highest level.
And it's not totally unusual that a team plays somebody twice in 3 weeks. It does happen. But what are the challenges in that?
Well, you only show half your game plan. So, it's a unique deal. I don't think it's happened to us very much. So, I think there's a little bit of an unknown to that, but it is what it is. Every week's a new week in this league, and there's a lot of smart people in this league, and players and coaches, and basically all you got to do, you got to find a way to win one game, and just know that there's going to be adjustments, just like there's adjustments in game, and you got to try to stay one step ahead of the competition.
Matt, you might have just had your best game collectively from all your receivers in Detroit, whether it's this week, next, whatever it is for Jaden. It's a good problem to have, but what's the process of folding him back into everything else that you have going on there?
Well, I think it's just, you can roll guys now, and guys are going to be pretty fresh. I think the more guys that you have, the more, and we have confidence in all those guys, so it's just trying to put them in the right spot each play and let them go.
How does Jaden, you talked about his yak ability, his versatility, how does he accentuate what you get from Christian?
Well, it's just how all these guys play off one another, and so, obviously coverage dictates where the ball goes, but it's our job to try to get these guys in positions of where they can showcase what they can do best. And so, you have an idea of what somebody may want to do to you, but until you actually go out there and play, you kind of got to just react to it.
Matt, what makes the Bears so good at taking the ball away?
Well, I think there's a lot of things. Number one, you can tell there's certainly an emphasis around it, the way they attack the football, any ball carriers or whatnot. And I think that's a byproduct of Dennis Allen. And just going back, I can remember when he was in New Orleans, when I was in Houston back in 2008, 2009, we practiced against those guys, and you could see the emphasis placed on it in practice. And I think just, we went against him a couple of years ago up here, and so he does such a great job getting that out of his guys, but I also think it's a credit to his players in regards to just they've got tremendous ball skills really on every level of the defense. So he does a great job. DA does a great job of putting his guys in position to make plays, and then ultimately they're going out there and making the plays.
Where's Nate Hobbs at?
He should be practicing today, so I think he's made a lot of progress. Hopefully we can ramp him up, and we'll see where he's at by the end of the week.
Xavier was saying that even last year, the Bears 5-12, he felt like they were a much better team than their record indicated. When you watch the film, what's the biggest difference between that year's team and this year's team that's led him to here?
Well, I think the first thing that jumps out is offensively, they're doing a great job taking care of the football. Defensively, they're doing a great job of getting the takeaways. I think they've always done a nice job. I think Poles has done a hell of a job of collecting a bunch of talent. And, it's just, I think the quarterback's playing a lot better. Obviously, their run game is humming right now. And then defensively, they're a problem in regards to, I think they do such a good job of presenting similar looks and having different concepts off those looks. So just in terms of the offense and defense, I think they've just made a lot of progress.
I suppose every week it starts with your run defense, but is it especially true against these guys just because so much of the passing game looks like the run game with the boots and all that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be imperative. But I think that's where football at its core is usually won. It's one up front. It's winning the line of scrimmage. It's, the physicality, but it also is being disciplined. I mean, it takes everybody, all three levels of being disciplined and doing their assignment, doing their 1/11th in order for you to go out there and have success.
What's allowed Josh Wiley to make such an impact for you? I mean, he was out there on a lot of those key plays. I mean, guys go from the practice squad to I won't say a featured role, but an important one for you.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. I think it's just a credit to him coming in, embracing the playbook and learning it quickly. He's a smart guy. I've talked about him in the past. Just there was a lot of like for him coming out from when he came out in the draft a couple years ago. And I think JD does a heck of a job with those guys as well. And, it's a great example of a guy getting an opportunity and him maximizing it and making the most of it.
Aaron Banks had those injuries earlier in the season. Has he been able to settle in the last several games, getting those steady reps?
Yeah, I think he's done a nice job. I think the consistency in terms of his ability to go out there and practice has led to, game day success. So I think he's really kind of turned the corner.
Going back to those injury guys real quick, with Oliver, I know Goody talked about him playing linebacker and rushing the passer. Do you have a starting point that you're going to get him at to get going here?
We do.
Okay. What is it?
You want me to tell you? No,
Yeah,
it's fine. It's that defensive end, and then he's missed a lot of football. So just to see how he responds to getting in there and how he does, I think the more quickly he acclimates, the role could grow.
What's it mean to get Cox back? Again, I realize you got to get him acclimated, but he's played a lot of football.
Yeah, he's played a lot of football for us. Just he's a big physical guy, can set an edge, does a good job rushing the passer. So we're really excited to get him back.